Catherine, you've also been focusing a lot of attention on Amendment 1, which will be on the primary ballot on Tuesday. We want to make sure that voters realize there's going to be an amendment on the ballot next year, and let's educate them a little about what's at stake.
Amendment 1 would allow some cost-saving reforms to the Judicial Retirement Fund to be implemented. It was a bill that was passed last session, and basically the state has 3 public pension funds: the Employers Retirement System, the Teachers Retirement System, and the Judicial Retirement Fund. Due to some cost concerns back in 2011 and 2012, the legislature raised the employee contribution and did some other measures that would save costs for those 2 plans. But none of those reforms were applied to the Judicial Retirement Fund. Now the legislature has come back and passed basically these same reforms to apply to the employees in that plan.
Now, who falls under the Judicial Retirement Fund? Obviously judges do, but there are others, district attorneys, for example.
Right, judges, district attorneys, clerks, and the amendment will apply to each group a little bit differently, but overall all of their contributions will be raised, again, to alleviate the burden on the state just a little bit, because out of the 3 pension funds we have, the Judicial Fund is the worst funded. It's only funded at 58%, and the taxpayers will put in about $18 million this year to make that fund whole, which is up about 74% over the last 10 years. Keep in mind, it's the smallest of the 3 funds. There are only about 330 current employees in that fund, so it's a pretty substantial problem. The amount that the state's putting in right now accounts for about 40% of the whole judicial payroll. So at a time when we're worried about courts receiving adequate funding, this amendment makes a lot of sense, and we certainly hope that it will pass.
Are judicial employees on board?
They are on board. I think that, when the plan is in the shape that it's in, both current retirees and current employees both want to make sure that the promises that have been made to them can be kept. And I think by reining in the cost a little bit, it will help better secure their retirement. So I've talked to multiple DAs and judges, and really all stakeholders seem to be on board with this amendment's passage.
So they're willing to pay a little more looking toward the long term, right?
That's right. That's right.